Live from the ValdostaHomeSales.com studios, it is The Running Theory with Rick and Rob. Oh, hello.
Hey, are we on?
Yes, we're on.
Okay.
Of course. And the music's still playing too.
Can you hear me? Because I can't hear me.
You can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
Let me see. Can I turn you up like
I'm
this?
talking, but okay, that's better. Yeah.
Better?
Better. Yeah.
All right. How are you today?
Man, I'm good. How about you?
I am wonderful. I cannot complain one bit. I'm just here trying to be the best me I can be.
That's all
to
you can
live
ask
my
for.
best life.
That's all you can ask for. Hey, we had a good run yesterday. I did. I think you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was hot. It was hot as all get out.
Yeah.
It
was
was
very
it
warm.
was almost 70 degrees out there still in November.
You know, that's rough on you because you get used to the cooler weather and it gets warm again, man.
Yeah.
It's just,
I did not like it, but 8 miles is 8 miles, and sometimes you just got to suffer through those
Yeah.
runs. And
I really felt like I could have won a few more miles yesterday, but I was pretty tired.
Yeah.
I was okay to call it at 9. I ran a mile earlier, so I was good with.
you're running without me, huh?
Well, I warmed up a little bit. I got there and actually ran a little bit further than I intended to, but it was
Okay.
good to kind of loosen up a little.
Well, I mean, it was actually rough on me this morning when I got back
Yeah.
out because I went out and ran this morning too. So
it was warm out this morning.
it was. I think it was warmer today than it was yesterday.
Because I worked in my yard some. It felt good out today.
There was a little breeze, and from the hurricane that's out there in the ocean somewhere, and it was like misty rain on us for a minute. So it was. Let's see. Let's see.
I know it was warm. I don't know exactly what the temperature was.
Okay.
Hey, I went and got a flu shot today.
You did?
Have you had one yet?
No. I don't believe in flu shots.
Well, I haven't had one like in 2 years. I had one a few years ago, and now I haven't done it in 2 years. I went back today and got one just to be on the safe side. And I also took my frames to my doctor's office to get new glasses. So the readers are going to go away. I'm going to have real glasses. So maybe next week I'll premiere or, have the new glasses on.
Okay.
Give me a whole new look.
Okay. Speak amongst yourselves for a minute. Go ahead.
Me speak amongst myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes that's all there is anyway. Is our guest
I
out there?
got the email that says our guest was, let's see, participants. Let me just try to find out where she is, because I hope I'm in the right meeting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to Shawanna. I think it's going to be fun.
So tell us about our guest while I'm trying to get her on.
Well, I don't want to blow my introduction, but I will say that she's runs a lot. I mean, she's a very avid runner, and if you watch her or if you're following her on Instagram at peachrunner26, she's very lively and very entertaining. She's got a really fun vibe about her and all. So I think it's going to be a blast to talk to her. She's very outgoing. I mean, when I emailed her or when I've messaged her, when I've messaged her, she's been very very friendly, and I think it's going to be great to have her on. Are we heading in that direction?
We're heading in that direction. I'm trying to.
Shawanna, if you're out there, don't give up on us.
Okay, let me log into my Gmail, and then I'll click on that. Let's see, end meeting for all. It's never as easy as it looks here, as easy as we make it look, right?
Of course not. I know we make it look very smooth, but in reality, there's a lot to it. And it's a good thing you know something about that, because I don't. I mean, I can get on a Zoom meeting, but can I get in a Zoom meeting? I mean, only if it's set up already.
Okay, let's see here. Join with computer audio. Start video. Let's see, participants. I still don't see her.
Don't see her? Okay. Let me shoot her a message real quick.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, all right, awesome. Let her know that we're still here.
We are still here, and she is here. So now you
Awesome.
can do your
That's
introduction. Hopefully she can hear us.
Shawanna, can you hear us?
Let me turn this up. Can you hear us?
You
Yes.
want to know why running on the treadmill 7 days a
Oh,
week?
whoa, ooh, ooh. Wait just a second. Let me fix that. Let's see.
What's your little shred there,
Yeah.
huh?
All right, now she's here.
Shawanna, you there?
Oh yeah. Can you see
Hey,
me?
we
Hold
can't.
on.
Not yet. We're working on it.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't see you. Let's
Oh,
see.
hold up. Let me. Oh, I gotta start my video.
Yeah, go ahead. You're fine.
See, I.
There you are.
There
Okay.
she is.
All right.
Okay. I left my laptop at work. I didn't feel like lugging it home, and I was like, "Oh man, out of all the days, I should have brought it with me."
Oh,
Oops.
that's fine.
Oh,
Hey, if you'll bear with us, we'll bear with you, because
okay,
we're not really great at this yet. We can make it happen, but it usually takes us a few minutes.
okay.
Oh
All
wow,
right,
there you
there
are.
she
There you
is.
are. Great. Well, let me go ahead and introduce our guest. Shawanna White's going to join us today. I'm super excited about this because, like I said a few minutes ago, she's got a real positive vibe about her. You know, when I started following her on Instagram at peachrunner26, right? She is so lively, and she dances, and it's just really builds you up, man. I'm telling you, she loves music, I can tell, and she's really into it, and it's just a really positive vibe through the whole thing. But Shawanna is an avid runner. She's the fifth fastest African American female marathoner with a time of 2:45:19, and so she's smoking it. She's blazing the trail there. And there's a lot of other things I want to ask her, but without any further ado, we'll go ahead and bring her on. Shawanna, welcome.
Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
thank you so much for having me on today.
Man, I'll tell you, I've been looking forward to this. You know, I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to blow everything. I've listened to a few interviews you've done just to kind of get a feel for who you were, and I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Shawanna White. I am a runner, a PE teacher, and a positive person. And
Definitely.
I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I now reside in Columbia, South Carolina. I've been here for 6 years now, so I'm enjoying the Palmetto State.
I was going to ask
And
you, were you born and raised in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia?
yeah, I was born in Atlanta and raised in Atlanta.
I got you.
Yes,
Which high school did you go to?
I went to Thurl High School.
Okay.
It's in Southwest Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what took you to South Carolina?
Um, well, I lived in Georgia all my life, and I wanted to have a chance to experience a new state. And at the time, I was dating a guy who lived here in South Carolina.
The
Great.
men. Golly.
Well, it's a beautiful state. I used to work up in that area, so I don't know what area. You said Columbia, right? So that's a pretty place up there.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you get a little bit of different temperatures up there? Do you actually have seasons in South Carolina?
Um, uh, it's not lately. It seemed like it's been either summer or a little winter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the way it's been
Yeah,
down here.
it's perpetually summer in Georgia. You know, it's constantly summer. We don't catch a break. Even when we get one day that feels kind of good, it's so limited. You know, we're just like holding on to it with everything we got to have one cool morning to go run. It
Yeah.
kind of cooled off for us a little bit, and me and Rob were alluding to this earlier, but it cooled off a little bit. And we were getting a little used to it, and then it warmed up again. So for our long run yesterday, we had to suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
The humidity,
I've,
and you well know the humidity is what's so terrible here.
can you say that again?
The humidity is just what's so bad down here. You know, the humidity just
Oh, yeah. Luckily, it wasn't really humid yesterday for my run, so
well, great.
that was nice.
How far did you run yesterday?
Yesterday I only did 10 miles because on Saturday I did a total of 16 miles with 2 times 2 miles at marathon goal pace.
What would that be?
6:15.
Holy moly!
Golly.
Wow, you were smoking. You were smoking. You run a lot faster than we do, Shawanna. Our aspirations are try to do another half marathon and eventually kind of springboard off of that to another marathon. It's been several years since either one of us have marathoned, and we're trying to get back to that.
Oh,
One of the things, I'm
okay.
not getting any younger, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's the goal. Now,
Oh, okay.
let me ask you.
None of us are getting younger.
Let me ask you. Your aspirations are for the Olympic qualifier, correct?
Yes, I want to qualify. Yeah, I want to get that OTQ.
So where is that at right now with the corona and everything and the COVID? Where is the qualifying thing at? I guess was that postponed or canceled for 2020?
Well, for 2020, it's already done, and they already had the trials up in Atlanta. So now, and I didn't reach that. I missed it by 19 seconds. So now I'm just trying to get ready for 2024. And normally by now we would have had the Olympics and the USTF, USTF, they normally meet in December around this time, and that's when they come up with the standard for the next Olympic trials and when that window is going to open. So I'm just sitting and waiting to see if when they meet in December to see if they're going to release that information for 2024, because right now 2020 is no longer a goal for me to chase, and
Yeah.
now I got to focus on 2024.
Gosh, how did it feel to miss it by 19 seconds?
Um, it's, I mean, on one hand, I was excited because I ran my fastest marathon ever. And then on the other hand, I was like, I was so close. If I didn't do ABC, just maybe I would have ran the time. But I mean, I wasn't really sad about it because, like I said,
Right.
it was the fastest time I ever ran. So, yeah, of course, the ultimate goal was that OTQ, but a result of chasing that goal led me to my fastest marathon. So I can't complain about that.
Congratulations on that. That's a great time.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So I understand you're an educator, right?
Yes, I teach physical education.
Great. So what do your kids think about all this?
Oh, they like,
Do they know you that you're a runner?
yes, they know that I'm a runner. Yes, they know that I'm a runner, and some of them have seen me on TV for local races because we have a few local races that are like televised. If you come in the top three,
Mhm.
sometimes the reporters they interview you, so they know from that, and then I share with them about all of my races, and then here in South Carolina we have this local magazine called the Pace magazine, and one time I was a feature runner on the cover, and so I shared that with my students, and then one of the parents volunteers, she asked for a copy, and then she continued to share it with the rest of the school. So yeah, the kids, they know that I'm a runner, but when I try to explain to them about the qualifying for the Olympic trials, all they hear is the word Olympics, and they think I'm trying to go to the Olympics. So I
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm not trying to go to the Olympics. I just want to make it to the trials. Like that's a big goal, because like trying to qualify for Boston, even though I haven't ran Boston yet, and I had planned on running it this year, but unfortunately Corona.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should have ran it all those other years. But yeah, so I don't know where I was going with that. I just went on a bit tangent, but
No, that's
yeah.
fine.
You know what? There's a lady who comes down here who's from Columbia, South Carolina, who runs pretty quick, and she married a guy that's from here, and she's from Columbia. Her name's Erin Miller, and
Aaron Miller, yeah.
Oh wow, you
yeah,
know her.
she's
Okay.
from Valdosta, and she's quick.
Well, I don't think I know Aaron. Yeah.
Well, she's come down here. She's notorious about showing up to the Thanksgiving Day race
And winning.
and winning,
Do
or at
have
least
you,
winning for the women's side.
have you ever ran with her, Shawanna?
Yeah, I ran with Aaron Miller two weeks ago. If you look on my Instagram post, you'll see a picture with us.
I'll
We
have to
did a
check that
long
out.
run about 2 weeks ago, and in the middle of that, we did some 800s with her. And yeah, I know Erin. She's really cool.
Yeah,
Wow, that's cool.
She
What a
has
great coincidence.
Valdosta ties, so
That's interesting.
I'm good friends with her brother-in-laws,
Oh wow.
and
yeah.
one of her brother-in-laws is pretty quick too.
Small world here.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Well, runners, we find other runners, and it's
Right,
like you're walking
yeah.
on. You could be in plain clothes. You're like, hey, you're a runner.
Yeah.
When do you go long? When's your long run?
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes you can tie up with
Uh,
somebody, and but you just wonder whether you can
that's
hang with them.
so.
One great thing about Shawanna, and I read this, and I think I'm right about this, but you have what you call a sexy pace, right?
Who? Yes,
A
sexy
sexy
pace.
pace,
Yeah.
and basically her sexy pace is when she'll just kind of run with anybody.
Yeah.
I say anybody, but basically whoever she's running with, she'll adapt to that pace. So she's not really afraid of running a 9 minute pace or something like that. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I'm not afraid of going 9 minutes. Sometimes I have ran 10 minutes. Sometimes 11 minutes. It just depends on what group I'm running with. I mean, I have this friend who used to live here in Columbia, but she moved and she used to be a coach for Fleet Feet. And I would go out there and help her out, and she would tell me, "You don't have to stay back there with them if that's messing up your stride." And I was like, "No, it's okay. Like this is my easy day. Pace time is not important. All I need to do is just take it slow and just get time on my feet." So, and I really learned that when I was living in Atlanta. I mean, at that time, I didn't call it sexy pace. I just call it the easy run. I had the opportunity to run with some of the Peach Street winners, um, because my friend, she used to work for Atlanta Track Club and she hosted them. And the next day, we went out for a run, and I was really, really nervous because I was like, these people are running like for the men under 5 minutes, and the ladies running low fives. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. But they were going so slow, and it was telling me, they was like, we go hard on hard days and we go easy on easy days. And like
Yeah.
they was running like 9 to 10 minutes. And I was just like, okay, if the best are running slow, then guess what? I need to slow the pace down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about recovery.
Right. We've
You got to
always
be
heard
able
that.
to recover.
Yeah, we've always heard the slower pace is okay. And since we started doing this podcast, we've talked to Jeff Galloway and Bart Yasso and several other runners, and everybody says the same thing. They say, look, there's no need in going out there and killing yourself every time. You don't need a PR every time you go run. Keep it slow, which is one thing we're guilty of not doing. I mean, we want to run. We kind of keep a pretty. We're not fast. Don't get me wrong. We're not. Don't think we're fast. But I mean, for us, we're pushing it a lot. It seems like.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because everybody else is trying to run sexy pace, and my sexy pace is ugly.
But I don't know what it is when you're running with a group of people. Sometimes you have a tendency to want to just stay with the group, instead of say, well, I need to back off today. I need to run a 10-minute pace or 9-minute pace or 9.5-minute pace or whatever it may be. You have a tendency to always want to stay with that lead person.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear these great runners. You see the great runners are doing it right.
Yeah.
And it's coming straight from Shawanna. She's ran with the best, I guess. So, does it put you in an elite club now that you've been to the Olympic qualifier? I mean, are you like rubbing elbows with like Meb and Ryan Hall and Sarah Hall and all these people?
Well, I had the chance to meet Meb on several occasions at different races, and I was able to have a small conversation with him, and he's really nice. And I remember when I ran a race in, it was in North Carolina, and I was warming up, and like he remembered me, and I was so shocked. I was like, "What? I can't believe this!" And he was wishing me good luck. But I mean, I get a chance to meet them, but and that's about it. Like, I mean, one of my friends who I know personally, she actually qualified for the 2012 Olympics for US in the 10K, Janet Balcom. So that's one person that I know and know pretty well. And then also Georgia Porter, she finished 28th at the trials, and I had a chance to hang out with her when I went to Flagstaff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what got you into running? I mean, I read the story where they kind of the coach had kind of asked you to run or recruit you to run, and then your grandmother, I believe it was, says, nah, you got to bring her to and fro if we're going to do that. So apparently she had some high standards for you. And then what kind of made you want to run? What got you into that?
Yeah, well, growing up as a child, I was always active. Like me and my friends in the neighborhood, we always went outside and played, play kickball, racing. And then even in middle school, I was very active doing PE and doing field day. I would come in the top three for the races. And actually, my middle school coach, he actually first tried to get me to come out for track, but I just told him no because I knew at the time my grandmother was probably going to say no because she was always like, you go to school, you get your education,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that's it, nothing else. And so eventually, when my high school coach asked me to come out, I was just like, oh my, this is my chance to run. Like, I always wanted to be on the track team because all the other sports I tried, I'm not very coordinated, but I understand the concepts of the games. But I was just so excited when he asked me, and I was just like, you have to ask my grandmother, and she said yes, and I was so excited to be part of the team. And actually becoming a runner helped me to come out of my shell because I used to be a very, very shy person, but now people would be shocked if I told them that I was really shy, but I was very shy. Like, running helped me to just be a social butterfly.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the South Carolina scene or the Columbia scene, do you just is it maybe on any given Saturday you'll show up to a 5K or 10K and just throw down or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's depending on what kind of shape I'm in. I mean, when I first moved here, I was recovering from hip surgery, so I was just basically trying to get back fit. So I wasn't really in the top when it came to the races. But once I started improving, I started to be in the top for the races. So most of the time, the local races, it's either me or I'm battling with somebody like Aaron. So yeah.
And so you race any kind of distance if it's in town, if it's around the corner, you'll just show up.
Yeah, well, that it really depends. Well, now doing these times doing COVID. Yeah, I'm excited to get in any race that pops up in the city. But I mean, pre-COVID, I pretty much had my races scheduled out what I wanted to do for the year. So some of the local races I might have missed out on because I was traveling out of state to run another race. But now, due to COVID, yeah, I try to hop into any race. This weekend, I'm actually going to do a 5K where I'm going to try to attempt to get the South Carolina record for the 40 to 44-year olds. Yeah.
Oh, great.
So
Well, we
I'm
hope you
going
get that. Yeah, that'd
to,
be great.
yeah. So hopefully I can get it, or hopefully I can see where I'm at in
Hey,
regards to the 5K.
how many miles did you run last week?
I ran 60 miles last week.
60? Because I think I saw where you ran like 287 miles for the month. 1 month, is that right? 287?
Yeah, that was for last month, for
Holy
October.
smokes. Can you imagine that, Rob? 287 miles? So, what do you eat? I mean, are you're like really conscious of your diet, or you just eat whatever you like?
Um, well, for the most part, I I eat mostly what I like, anything I like, but I try to keep a balanced diet. So, for example, I don't eat sweets every single day, but if I want ice cream, I'm gonna go get ice cream.
Right.
But on the most parts, I try to eat my fruits and vegetables
Yeah.
and my meat. I just try to keep it balanced. I don't follow any special diet, but I
Yeah.
just try to make sure I eat stuff that's gonna fuel my body.
Well, that's the great thing about running. You pretty, you can eat a lot of
If you
stuff.
get to 60 miles a week, 60, 70,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what somebody told me one
Yeah.
time. He said, if you can run 60, 70 miles a week, just eat whatever you want.
At the height of COVID, I was running like 40 miles a week, and that's unusual for me. That's a lot, and I just
Oh,
couldn't do any more than that. 40 was kind of like the max for me. So I can't imagine running 60 miles a week. I mean, good night. That's incredible.
yeah, that's pretty on the low end. Like when I'm training for marathons, I can get up to 90 miles. But right now,
Are you
I'm
running?
not trying
Are you running
to
twice a
run a
day?
marathon.
I'm sorry. Are you running twice a day by chance, or?
Yes, I am running twice a day because now I'm doing something new where I take every single Monday off. So there's no running on Monday. So yeah, so on some days I do run twice a day in order to get whatever mileage goal I'm trying to hit for the week.
So, what does your daily regiment look like? Are you a morning runner, afternoon runner? You wake up, lift some weights, or what do you do?
Well, I typically run, if I'm doing a double, I'll run in the morning and then in the afternoon. Um, I love running in the morning time, especially when I have people to run with. It's it's fun. And when I am working on a regular schedule, right now we're still virtual, and I'm required to report to the school twice a week to still teach virtually. So when we were working on a normal schedule, if I was doing a double, I would just run before work and then run after work. So I like both.
Sounds like you kind of yeah you do both either way. So I mean you're getting it in.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you. You kind of you know how you stacked up in the Olympics this past go round or Olympic trials. Um, what's the plan? What would you do any different to be faster? I mean, you're running so much now. I mean, would you just run more, or do you train differently? What would be the plan to go in and actually get that goal now?
For 2024, that is that's a good question, and unfortunately I don't really have the answer to that question because I am now working with a new coach. I'm working with Jill Bradley. She's actually out of Atlanta, Georgia, and she actually qualified for the 20, let me get this right, 2020 2016 Olympic trials. And so yeah, so I really have no clue what she would have in store for me. Like, this is going to be a whole different training cycle for me because I'm going to be under a different coach. So
Yeah,
I'm really clueless on
sure. Yeah, I
that.
know they all bring something different to the table, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And so, what kind of time period do you have to hit that qualifying time for like the 2024? Does it have to be within a certain time frame before the Olympics?
Yeah, they normally set it up for, so say for example, the Olympics will be in the 2024 in the summer. So normally you probably would have to like sometime in December of 2023 to hit that time because most likely they will have the trials either in January or February or 2024.
Mm-hmm.
right.
What kind of watch is that you're wearing?
Oh, this is a Garmin.
Is that the Phoenix 6?
No, it's a 735, I believe. It's like a cross trainer one.
Okay. It looks
Yeah.
big. Maybe you have little arms.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I would need something.
Yeah.
I can't see,
Little
so
arms.
Well, I was thinking about you because I mean, it looks
I
big enough
can't
that
see.
even
Yep.
you could see it.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I got that Fitbit that my wife got me, which was great, but I can't see that either. So I'm just, I have to wear glasses, and I don't want to do that when I run.
I wear glasses too. I just don't have them on.
So what else do you do besides run? Are you into like? Do you do cross training? Do you do workouts? 100 crunches a day. Up.
Oh man, hold up. What is going on? Oh no, I lift weights.
Oh
Did
Lord!
we lose her?
Oh no!
Let's see.
Oh Lord! She left us. We were having such a great time.
I know. Can we get her back?
Let's see. Let me see. Oh, let me work.
Do your magic, brother.
It's never easy. Let's see. Zoom. Open. Return to meeting. I says I'm in a Zoom meeting. Where did you go? Okay, let's see. Oh, my Zoom. Oh, here we go.
Are we back?
Let's see. Okay, now we're back. I
Shawanna,
think.
you there?
Oops. Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn this. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Sorry about that.
It's like, oh no, we can't lose her, not yet.
We haven't even gotten to the important questions yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, oh, you was asking, do I do anything else besides running? Oh, yeah. Actually, I lift weights 3 times a week. I also try to do yoga at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I try to, if I'm not doing yoga, I try to make sure I do some type of stretching every single day.
So you work a
But
full
I
time.
kind of get that in with my PE classes. So,
Yeah. So you work a full time job and you do this.
yeah.
Good. Night.
Have you ever been like, pre-COVID when you had students there? Have you ever been like, listen, I need to hit an extra 3 miles, so y'all are gonna come with me, and we're gonna do we're gonna do laps around the track.
Oh no, I teach elementary and middle school, and we don't have a track. So
Golly, we need to invest in one. We need to have a fundraiser.
Gosh, I can't imagine you don't have a track. I guess there probably is a track. It's not available to the elementary school kids, right?
yeah, they have one at the high school, but
Gotcha.
not on the elementary property.
So have you thought about coaching yourselves? I'm sure has the high school like called you up and said, listen, we need a track coach. We need a cross country coach. We know you can run.
Yeah, I actually went out to see some of my kids because here in South Carolina, 7th and 8th graders, they can actually participate in high school sports. So I went out to a couple of track meets, and all the kids was like, "Yeah, we need to get her as our coach." But right now, I'm not really ready to go back to coaching because I'm kind of focusing on myself right
Sure.
now
Yeah.
and trying to see how good I can become. Because when I lived in Georgia, I actually used to coach and run, and I didn't realize until I moved to South Carolina how, I don't know, how time consuming it was. Because at the time it didn't bother me because it was just my routine and I was used to it. But then once I came here and I wasn't coaching, I was like, wow, I have so much free time after work. And, if I want to relax, I can just relax. I'm not just always on the go. So right now, I'm kind of focusing on myself for a few years, and then I may go back. I think I'll probably go back to coaching because I really enjoy helping, especially kids, to achieve their goals and just to get that love for running.
Yeah. Do you stay pretty injury free?
For the most part, I don't. Yeah, I may have just some little niggle here and there, but on average, I wouldn't say I get injured that much. Maybe one time a year.
Yeah. How do you to work up to the mileage you're doing now? I mean, was that how progressive was that? Was that like a years in the making, or have you been running this kind of schedule for a while?
No, 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 no. It was years in the making because when I lived in Atlanta, I was strictly a 5K, 10K girl. Like I had no desire to run a marathon. I thought people who ran marathons were a little, I don't know, didn't really have it all together. I couldn't fathom like, why would you want to run that far? Like you can go almost to another city. So yeah, it was built up over time.
Now, all this energy you bring to what I've seen on Instagram, do you do this? Do you do the dancing and all before you go running or after you get through running?
It depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes I may do it before and sometimes after.
Yeah. And that's just
Yeah, it
because
just depends. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. And sometimes I do it in the middle of the run. Like I'll just stop at a location that I see a spot and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a dance here. Like I remember one time I was dancing at Riverfront Park and this lady came by and, you know, she was like, okay, go girl or something. And then I even did a Friday dance at the Olympic trials in Atlanta. Well, it was actually a Saturday dance because the trials was on a Saturday. And like this couple was walking by and he like kind of danced as he was walking by. So that was really cool.
That's kind of your thing, you know. I mean, it kind of sets you apart a little bit.
Yeah.
So do you listen to music when you run, or did you just got a song in your heart or head?
Well, actually, when I run, mostly I listen to podcasts. On my easy days, on my hard days, I don't listen to any music, only during the cool down and the warm up.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm an off and on guy.
Yeah, I know you listen to music sometimes.
If I'm fat and out of shape and I don't want to hear myself breathe, then I listen to music. When I'm in shape and I know what I can do, that's when I'm focused.
When you race, you don't listen to music, do you?
No.
Yeah, it's all business.
It's all business.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta be all business on the hard days.
So you're off today, but first thing in the morning, right? You get up in the morning and you're gonna get back at it.
Can you say that again?
So you're off today, but you'll be back at it in the morning?
Yeah, I'll be back at it in the morning. Actually, I'm meeting a friend at 5:00.
Ooh, that goes earlier than me.
We're gonna get a few miles in, and then after. and then afterward, I'll do more miles in, and I'll probably most likely wake up and do my workout in the morning. It just depends on the weather on Wednesday, but I'm still probably going to get up early anyway, either way it goes.
Yeah, I'm a 5:30 guy. We go at 5:30 every day.
Yeah.
But I really kind of when I start doing extra miles, I'm going to have to get up earlier.
Just run too. Yeah, just run in the afternoon.
Yeah, by the time I get done, I'm done.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I get tired after I've had a long run. I can't imagine going out and running 5 or 10 more. But like I say, I'm older, so I just don't have what I used to have. But
what are you guys training for?
Well, we're looking at the half marathon in December at the Jacksonville Bank. So that's going to be a real race as it stands right now. So we're looking at going and doing that half, and then we want to springboard from that into whatever marathons may open up in 2021.
Well, I'm also going to look at the Gate River Run down in Jacksonville.
When is that?
That's March 20th this year. All right. But they're only letting like half the participants in.
Yeah. Well, you performed well in that race before.
Sign up is on December 1st, and I wouldn't be surprised if it fills up within a day or two. Problem is I don't have a qualifying time where I like to start.
Yeah.
Have you ever raced the Jacksonville Bank?
Oh, yeah. I have to go back to that course because I didn't have a good day.
Oh, goodness, you didn't. What happened?
No, I honestly, I don't know what happened on that day. It was just one of those days where it did not click. And for some strange reason, I did not have any energy. And I was just out there trying to make it to the finish line.
I've had a few of those.
Yeah.
You've heard of the Space Coast Marathon down in Cocoa Beach. Have you ever ran that one?
No, I haven't ran that one.
We've done it a few times.
I heard good things about it.
It's cool. It's got a medal series.
No, it's not cool.
Well, it's not cool. It's always too hot. That's the problem. It's always too hot.
It's hot as Hades.
Yeah. It always winds up being like 75 or 80 degrees when we finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a different kind of heat down there, I swear.
It is.
It's like temp or like Florida, like just heat.
Yeah.
And it'll sneak up on you.
I got super dehydrated like in the last 4 miles one year, and I just hit the ground and just writhing in pain with cramps. Like, couldn't even twitch my lip without just massively cramping. And it was funny because I was laying on the ground just writhing on the ground, and these people were stopping and rubbing my shoulders and rubbing my legs, and people was giving me water and bananas, and I was able to get up and walk it in. In fact, Rob and my wife came out and walked me in. You finished, didn't you? You finished.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he finished. I finished like at mile, I fell out at mile 24 and walked it in from there.
Oh.
Yeah. Funny story to tell. I'm not proud of the performance at all. I had to sit on the ground for an hour, but I was able to finish.
That kind of rough.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't good, but
Yeah, so you need to come down to
Wow.
Jacksonville this March. Put that on your schedule.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm really thinking about it because my phone. What? Oh, I thought it clicked off again. Yeah, I'm really thinking about that one because I actually ran a time that will qualify me to be seated in the elite corral. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a top 1,000 guy, or I was.
yeah, yeah. You
I'm
got a
not.
10%er hat. Yeah,
Yeah. I've gotten a
yeah,
couple 10% hats, but yeah, not this year. I'll be struggling to find a time.
we both actually took a little time off from running. I had some surgery a couple of years ago at sideline me, and I had a really hard time getting back into it. I struggled trying to find my love for it again, and we both kind of had to take on a different mindset and realize we got to start over, sort of, and we're kind of back at it now. We started this podcast several months ago.
It's episode 20.
Episode 20 now. Okay, so we're real new to this, and we're kind of getting back into the running again seriously. So we're setting some goals, just trying to see what we can do. So as a professional, you think we can do it? You think we can pull it off?
Oh yeah, I think you guys definitely can do it. I mean, all you gotta do is just stay consistent.
Yeah, I can see
That's,
that's what it's about. You just got to, if you want to be good at running, you got to run, don't you? You just got to do it.
yeah, gotta get up. You gotta put the miles in. You gotta run. No running. It's gonna be you're gonna have a rough day out there.
Yeah. The heat has always been my enemy, and probably yours too. I mean, we don't do well when it's really warm, and unfortunately, it's always warm down here. You're lucky if you find a race here or there that's relatively cool.
Yeah, I personally I love the warm weather for the shorter races,
Yeah.
but the longer races I do like it to be a little bit cooler.
So I know that you've got a little downtime every now and then. I know there's probably 30 minutes out of every day that you're not running or working. So what do you do in your downtime? What do you do when you actually have some time off? Like on a Monday evening, what would you do? I mean, do you?
Well, on Monday, well, to really like today, I actually went to the gym because
Yeah.
I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday. Well, I do some form of strength training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but today I went to the gym, and then usually I would sit down and just watch some Netflix or read a book or go walking with a friend.
So what are you watching on
That's
Netflix right now?
Yeah, what's hot on Netflix?
um well, I just finished watching Emily in Paradise. I mean in Paris.
Emily in Paris.
Yes.
Some might call
And
Paris paradise. I don't know.
Yeah.
and I'm watching this show called Wentworth. It's about these ladies who are in prison. So
I've heard
that's
it.
pretty.
I've seen it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. We watch some Netflix too, and I watch like an hour of TV every evening. Me and my wife. That's the only time I really watch TV is like at night, 1 hour before I go to bed. So
Yeah.
you try to watch a show. It takes forever to get through a show that's established. It's been on for 8 seasons. It takes a long time to get through
Well,
it.
I'm watching a show that's from like 2001 to 2006, and it's called The Wire. It was on HBO.
Oh, The Wire. That's a highly acclaimed show. Yeah.
And it's
Oh.
great. How did I ever miss this show? Like
Yeah.
14 years later, I'm like addicted.
Man, The Wire set the standard for a lot of TV shows. Man, it's
Yeah.
like it's a big deal. Yeah, it's like The Sopranos or something. It's like really
Yeah.
acclaimed.
So I'm watching it, and it's like amazing, and I
Yeah.
can't stop watching it. But like I said, I put it on at night, like 9, maybe 8:30, and by the time like I just fall out. I don't remember where I'm at, and the next day I have
Yeah.
to rewind and figure out where I was at because I just fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm in the same.
And
boat,
it's
man.
not because it's not a great show. It's just that I'm just like zonked after that.
You just can't stay awake.
If I go horizontal, then it's not going to be long before my eyes are closed.
I'm with you on that.
Now, from the music and all, I mean, you just like to dance. Is that just something you've always done, or is that?
Oh yeah, I always love to dance, even though I don't think I'm the most talented dancer.
I saw
But
them
that's
Thriller
always,
moves.
huh?
I saw those Thriller moves.
You saw what?
The Thriller moves. I saw the Thriller.
Oh, yeah. Back growing up as a child, I used to have this friend. We used to my her dad used to work on cars after work at his house, and so while the people were getting their cars repaired, we used to dance, and sometimes we used to try to sing, but mostly dance. And so that was really fun. And then when I was in college, I used to love to go out dancing. So yeah,
Hey, I noticed an interesting
I
fact.
just reliving my college and youth years.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I'm still in my college and youth years. I just feel that's the way I
Well, I
feel.
feel that way. I feel that way internally, but externally, maybe not so much.
And
But
then Carter, my son, he does not like the music that I listen to.
yeah. Well, you're probably an old classic rock guy, right?
No, he's a classic rock guy. He wants to listen to Nirvana
Right.
and I want to listen to hip hop and this kind of stuff. And he's like, Dad, turn it down, turn
Oh
it
man.
down. I was, which he had first day of baseball tryouts, and I was like, I'm gonna play something to get you pumped up. And so I said, I'm gonna play you some Trick Daddy, if you've ever heard of Trick Daddy, Rick.
I've heard of him. Yeah, my son's listening. Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't want to listen to that. He's like,
Wow.
so he's listening to blue, like Nirvana unplugged.
Wow, heavy stuff, huh? That's why my son loves Nirvana, but they branch out in all types of music and they listen to a lot of stuff. But
But
not,
he listens to rock and roll. I can't get him
yeah,
into
well,
anything other than rock and roll.
well,
I try to play country music for him, and he won't listen to country music.
well. He
Oh
meets
wow.
he'll meet the right girl, and she'll have a different taste in music, and that'll be his music.
Yeah. Well, I do listen to a lot of, and we listen to a lot of the same music, but he's just not as open as I am.
Hey, Shawanna, one thing that Rob does on the road a lot of times is he likes to sing, and he likes to sing on the road when we're out running.
Oh.
I like to sing.
Rob likes to sing.
Oh, you like to sing, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I have this thing for just lyrics in my head, and I'll have lyrics to every random song that there is for
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
reason.
He in the Tallahassee Marathon, he broke into song somewhere around mile 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a
nice.
good day.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
This
a
is
good time.
this is our sexy runs
Yeah.
because
Now, which course did you guys run for the Tallahassee? Did you guys run the one that was on the Greenway, or you ran the new one?
we ran the one that was that year. We ran the one that was on the rails to trails, where you went out and you started at
glad
the
you remember.
college. You went out on the pathway, and then
That's
you
right,
made a
yeah.
U-turn and you came right back, and it was a nice and flat course, and it was.
And you finished on the
wonderful.
track?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and you finished.
That's
on
the
the
same
track.
one I ran too.
But
Gosh, we might
they,
have been at the same,
they
same marathon.
they switched it up. Actually, I think they've switched it twice, because I think when they switched it up and they ran around Tallahassee, I think it about killed everybody. Because I ran the half the first year they switched it up, and it was miserable. It was miserable. Which she lives in Columbia or in Atlanta, so she's used to hills, but it was hilly. I
Yeah.
think I ran. I don't remember what I ran. I ran a PR there, but I remember mile 11. I'm like, these people are walking. They're so close to the end, and they're walking. And so I start running up that hill, and I get about halfway up that hill, and I had to stop because I was about to pass out. I was like dizzy. It was so steep. And but then I went, I ran the half, and then I was watching the finishers, and it was like, 2 hours plus, and then it got to be like 2:20, I think, and something silly. And I'm like, the first people had not come in.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
And so then I think they switched it up again, and now it's kind of moderate,
Right. Yeah.
because it went from being nice and fast and flat to hard as all get out, and now I think it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I'd like to go down there because I like Tallahassee.
I'd like to do it again. Yeah, I would.
It was-
Shawanna, what's
it's
your
a fun
favorite
race.
Shawanna, what's your favorite marathon?
I would have to say Newport News in Newport News, Virginia, because that's where my PR is. Yeah.
So do you like a super flat course? Do you want it to be like a racetrack, like a track type flat, or do you like something that's a little hilly that has
Um, that really is a good question because Newport News, that course is it's relatively flat, but there is some incline. So I don't know. I feel like me personally, if I am in good shape, I can run fast on any course because prior to Newport News, my PR was on City of Oaks. That's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And that's a hilly course. And then my half marathon PR is in a course in Birmingham, Alabama. And I don't know if you guys ran any races there. And it's pretty hilly in Birmingham.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, extremely hilly.
so I'll run any course, you know. I don't really have a preference when it comes to for the longer distance. Now, for the shorter distances, like a 5K, I prefer a flat course over a hilly course.
Right. But the marathon is your distance, though, right? Would you consider yourself a marathoner above all?
Yes, I am. That is my distance. I mean, at many years I tried to fight it, but now I love it.
There is a certain lure about the marathon, even though as hard as it can be, there's something about it. It's just such a great sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like this year, I only ran one marathon this year. Only such a strange feeling.
And so, what was your time there at the one that you just ran?
2:53.
2:53.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
You give me an hour on it, and I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's moving.
mean, any day I can run under 3 hours is awesome.
Yeah. So, what's the plan? You're going to qualify. You're going to go out to qualify for 2024 again. You got a new coach. I mean, is it just going to be? Is it going to be 4 years of just focused on that goal?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah, it is. But right now, I'm actually focusing on trying to run a fast mile in Jacksonville in December. It's actually the same weekend of that half that you guys are doing. It's actually on a Saturday, so I think you guys race is on a Sunday, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right now, that's what I'm really focusing on. Right now, I'm just focusing on speed. So all of my workouts are pretty much speed based. I mean, on the weekends, sometimes I do stuff that's at marathon pace. But
Is that the open type? What is it? What is that they're having? Somebody was telling me something about an open track meet, and there's like a whole bunch of people showing up to throw
oh
down.
no, this is actually a road mile. I think it's called the Big Tire Championship,
Uh huh.
and it's put on by the PRS
Okay.
Army in Jacksonville. So yeah, it's Saturday evening.
And so, what is your goal? What's your goal time?
I want to run faster than my PR of 5:10. So
5:10.
5:09 would be great.
Yeah. Anything. 5:09. I mean, it's funny when the seconds are the just.
Yeah.
I just want 1 second.
Well, that's the world. When you get to that fast, a second means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard in the mouth.
So,
So, what any pre-race rituals or anything you do to get ready prior to a race? Anything you do to
oh,
get ready? Anything you do to get ready? Any rituals or anything prior to a race you do?
oh well, before my races, like the night before, I love to eat Panda Express,
Oh man,
white
I
Panda's
rice
love
and
the
orange
Panda's
panda.
good
chicken.
too. That's amazing. Yeah.
I love the panda.
Have you had the
That's my
sesame?
go-to.
You had the sesame chicken? I think it's the sesame chicken that's out now.
I haven't.
The
Actually,
orange chicken.
The orange chicken's great too. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what? Speak of Panda Express. I went today and I had Panda Express on my brain, and so I went there and there's a sign. I went at 11:30, and they said the temporary hours are 12 to 8, and I'm like, for a minute there, I sat and I thought, well, should I wait 30 minutes? And then I'm like, no, I'll just go to Chick-fil-A.
Sorry, Shawanna, we didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, though. So Panda Express is your kind of your go-to meal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my go-to meal before the race. And another thing
Now,
that
are you good? Do you do the vegetables or do you do the lo mein or fried rice?
I just do the white rice the day before a race because I heard eating white rice is better for your stomach the day before a race. Um, so I get that with the orange chicken. And then another thing that I love to do before a race, I like to take an ice bath before races. Those are my two go-to things that I like to do before all races.
I've always heard it's not the night before the race, that the sleep you get the night before the race, but it's the sleep you get 2 nights before the race.
Yeah, yeah. Leading up, I try to make sure I sleep well. Try to at least get at least 6 to 7 hours. That's really good for me. I mean, I don't really have a problem with going to sleep. I can. I'm pretty tired most of the time. Like especially like yesterday, I actually went to sleep really early yesterday. I went to sleep like at 8 o'clock. I was really exhausted, but on average, I try to go to bed about 9 or 10.
Yeah. Hey, I saw an interesting fact in your bio. It's kind of interesting to me. Your birthday's on December 29th, right? My wife's birthday's
Yes.
on the 28th.
My birthday's on the 14th.
Is it? Well, my wife Sandy, her birthday's on the 28th. So I mean, you're just a day apart. But I
Yeah.
thought that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So Jacksonville, we're running a fast mile. We got our sights set on 2024.
We're pulling for all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna beat your time on that mile, I think. And then
Thank
we
you.
can pull for you that whole time, all the way up to the next qualifier, the Olympic qualifier. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Hey, how long have you been involved in this social media thing?
Social media. That really is. That's a good question. Well, I know I got Facebook, and I'm not really as active on Facebook, but I know I got Facebook when I was in college. So I was like back in 2000. And then I think I may have gotten Instagram maybe once I graduated from college, but I wasn't really active on neither until when I started running for Skechers. When I was on their team, it was it was part they wanted us to be on social media. So I think I was really started to be active back in 24 2014. Yeah,
Yeah.
2014. I started to be really active on Instagram and
Yeah,
Facebook.
it's kind of important part. These days you've got to kind of have that presence, I guess, and that's something
Yeah,
we're trying to build up too. But one thing we're terrible about is we don't ever. It's hard for us to post. We forget to post, and we go days without posting. So we're not great at social media. We need to hire somebody, to do that for us.
Yeah. We just are winging it.
Yeah, but
yeah,
the way you build your business and you build your podcast and your brand and all that sort of thing is you've got to be out there. These days you've got to be on the forefront of everybody's mind.
yeah. You just have to go on there and like. Actually, I had this friend because I was curious. I asked him, I said, "How did you get so many followers?" And he was like, "You have to just go on there and engage with other people, like people's stuff and comment and make sure you post a lot." Because in the beginning, I used to post almost at least twice a day, but now I don't post as much because I have gained a following. So I feel like I don't need to post as much as long as I post at least 4 times out of the week. That would be good enough. So, and like you said, it's really beneficial for any business, or if you're trying to be an ambassador for a product or for any company, you have to be on social media. And I actually enjoy being on social media because through social media I have had the opportunity to meet people. So it's really fun when you're able to connect with other people. And you know, there are so many inspiring people out there too. So
Yeah,
I
one thing I
enjoy
like
that.
about it is when you can just reach out to somebody who's kind of extraordinary in their field. You know, I mean, I'm just a normal guy, but to reach out to somebody who's a pro at what they do, and somebody like you, to reach out to someone like you and make contact with you, and you be good enough to come on the show and talk with us. That's a big thrill.
Yeah,
And you know,
but you guys are just as exciting as all the other people too. Like you, I'm pretty sure you guys have an awesome story to tell.
well, I
And
appreciate that. I really do. I mean, we've got stories to
We
tell,
got
and we
stories.
got stories to tell, no doubt about it. But you know, you're very accomplished. You know, and to meet somebody who's accomplished in something that we respect and really enjoy. I mean, it's nice just to be able to reach out to somebody and do that, because there was a time that was just unheard of. You know, you couldn't reach out to somebody who was number one in their field. You know, or great at their field, or an avid pursuer of what they do. But you know, it's exciting, super exciting.
So this is a very important question. What are you running in these days? What kind of shoes do you have? What's your favorite
well,
go-to shoe?
well, right now I am running in Hokas.
Oh,
Hokas are
there you
my
go.
go-to shoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your favorite?
And
What's your favorite one? What do you wear?
okay, well, my favorite one for like everyday running is the Clifton 7. And then when I am running faster, like on the track, I love to run in the Rincon. And when I'm on a road going fast, I love to run in the Clifton Edge. And then on race day, I love to run in the Carbon Rocket or even the Carbon X. And now they have a new shoe that I just got today. I'm actually going to put a video out later. It's called the Rocket X, and it's actually the shoe that Alafine won the trial in. So I'm really excited to run some races in these. And
Oh,
I
great,
actually have them on my feet right now. See,
great.
I don't know if you can
Oh,
see
cool.
them.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
those are
like
cool.
them.
Yeah, I like the blue.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big Hoka guy.
Yeah, Rob's a Hoka
I
guy.
rotate every day between the Cliftons and the Rincons, and I believe the Rincons are my favorite shoe. If
Ever.
I had to just pick one that I said I'm gonna go run at whatever distance, it would be the Rincons, because I mean they're light. I mean, you're probably not gonna run a marathon in them. Well, if training marathon in them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going super long, 20 plus, I'll probably stick with the Cliftons, but I love the Rincons for any distance really, under 10 miles, 10, 12 miles.
Yeah.
I love them.
Cool. Yeah,
And,
I'm an Asics guy.
and I
Asics
love the
boot,
Clifton. That's because you've never tried a pair of Hokas
I haven't.
on.
I've never tried a pair. No,
You
but
would love the Cliftons.
Yeah.
The Cliftons are like,
Yes.
they're like
I'm gonna reach out.
heaven.
and I'll have to try it then.
They're like running on clouds.
Man, I gotta get
Yeah.
into
Yeah, rainbows and unicorns and all that good stuff.
that. I gotta try that, man. That sounds too good to be true.
Now I'll tell you a story, because I used to, the first pair of Hokas that I got were the Bondis, which I like the Bondis too. I've run a marathon in the Bondis, and I like them, but they're a little much. But I remember when Hokas first came out and I started running the Hokas. You're not a real runner because you're wearing the Hokas. I'm like, I am a real runner. The Hokas, they don't hurt my feet, and I can run every day with the Hokas. Those same people now, all wearing Hokas.
Yeah.
All wearing Hokas.
Well, you were a Nike guy, weren't you? When you used to be a
Yeah,
Nike guy?
I'm a Nike.
Pegasus. Or
I
something?
love the Pegasus, and I love the Baroom before they screwed them up.
Yeah. Well, every shoe is on trajectory. It seems like they make a few years are really good, and they have a few years like Asus Nimbus. I loved them till like they got to 12, and then they went down the tubes.
The
now they have
Clifton,
22. They're good again.
the Clifton probably 3, 4.
Yeah.
They were not my favorites. They were tough.
Yeah.
But they at the 5 they went back to the plush feel. So
Yeah.
it happens.
They have to mess around with it.
Yeah.
That's what they got to do.
Yeah.
They got to play with it and see what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. They just have to fire some people. Who came up with this idea? The changes. You're fired. But we've reached another hour here.
Wow, man, it's been so fun.
And
Hey, let's do this. We got Shawanna. Can you see us?
Yes, I can see you.
Can we?
hopefully
Let's scoot up here and see if we can get a selfie with Shawanna.
okay. I can.
Or can we get Olivia to take it?
Here, Olivia, come here and
Can we
take a
do that?
picture. And we'll post it on the Insta.
Yeah. Can we scoot up there? Let's see here.
Here.
I'm gonna get you to do one for me too, Olivia. This is Rob's daughter. Rob's daughter, Olivia.
She can't see us because the camera that she's actually looking at is right here.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Let's see. Can you get in there?
Can you see this? Say cheese. All right. You got it?
Do one for me, Olivia, if you don't mind. There you go.
This is what the real pros do on their television.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Wow. Thank you, Shawanna. We'll post that on Instagram. It'll be coming up on Instagram soon.
Okay, awesome.
And so, anything else? Do you have anything else?
Man, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you, Shawanna. Thanks for coming on. Well, it's been fun. I've been looking forward to talking to you. You didn't let us down. It's been great.
I just want to thank you guys for bringing me on your show. Like, it was really awesome. It was fun to learn about you guys, your running adventures, and all the best in Jacksonville. You never know. You may see me lacing up on that half.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other thing. Anytime you're in Valdosta, come run with us sometime. You have an open invitation to come run with us. We'd love to have you.
I'll buy you breakfast.
Sounds
all
good.
right.
As long as it's the Waffle House.
Now, which one of you guys know Aaron?
I know.
Rob knows Aaron.
I know her family.
Okay.
I grew up with her brother, her brother-in-law Richard, and her brother-in-law Richard and John. She's married to the oldest brother Dutton, and so I went to school with all of them because we all went to the same school at one point or
What's
the
her name
other.
again? Aaron what?
Aaron Miller.
Miller. I'm gonna see if I.
And they run a local hardware store here in Valdosta. Their family does, and I've just known them for ages. And I just know that she's come to some 5Ks that I've run, and it's like, who's that? Oh yeah, she's fast. And I think we used to run I think she owns a couple course records here for the Thanksgiving Day. On the female side.
Sounds good.
But yeah, tell her, hey, I spoke with somebody from Valdosta.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a million. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Have a
good
good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Let me see if I can get this off the screen. Up. Oh, I gotta work on this one day.
Got to work on your skills.
But
Oh, that was so cool.
yeah, I had you on the back. All righty, take care.
See you, Shawanna.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Shawanna.
Yeah, that was
And
fun.
she is an amazing runner.
Yeah.
Out of Columbia, South Carolina, and good enough to give us an hour here on the show. And she's an educator up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so she's working, doing the education thing. They're still up in quarantine up there. And so I should have asked her if that leaves her more time to run.
That's been a good question. Probably.
But the next time, hopefully, we'll have her back on.
You'll have to reach out to her
Eventually, we're going to have to reach out to some of these people.
Yeah.
It's great to hear her talk and to hear her goals, and that she's taking time for herself right now to see how good she can be.
Yeah. Please follow her on Instagram. It's peachrunner26. I mean,
26.2.
26.2. I'm sorry. 20 marathon distance, of course. Yeah. peachrunner26.2. Follow her on Instagram. She's very, very entertaining.
So, do we have anything lined up for next week, or are we going to be working about that?
I'm talking to somebody now. So
okay, we're working on somebody right now for next week, and we will be back Monday as always around the 5 o'clock hour, and we will speak to you then.
Thanks a lot.
All right.